worried about whether or not I'm going to start sweating through my shirt because I have to walk up a flight of stairs.
Yeah,
You know, I don't have to worry about any of that shit. I could just
I know.
just exist in the world and just a normal person, you know?
What's going on, guys? So this is a 7-question interview that we did with our successful client Kazia here. We went ahead and wrote out the names of the questions as well as their timestamps in the video in the screen following. So go ahead and just pause the video when that shows up so you can read through the questions and see which ones apply to you in your specific situation so you can get the most value. Go ahead and enjoy the rest of the video and hope you make it a great day. Thanks.
First question I got, man, is how was your energy before we started versus how it is now that you're 120 plus pounds down?
Oh my God, it's night and day. I was, you could describe me as sedentary. I barely moved. The first thing I did that you, when you remember, the first thing you had me do was to take a 30-minute walk every day. And the first time I went for a 30-minute walk, I walked around the block and it took 30 minutes. And I remember feeling like I was going to, like, that was all I had in me for
Yeah,
like the entire day.
yeah,
And now, I mean, 3 to 4 miles a week in the pool. Like, I feel like I'm like full of energy to the point of like the other night, it was like 9 o'clock and I was just like, and I just went to the gym and like swam because
yeah, yeah.
I felt like I had to burn it off. Otherwise I wasn't going to fall asleep kind
Oh
of
yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So you said you were pretty sedentary, but you have a pretty physical job though, right? Like you're always climbing upstairs, you're always like moving a lot, right?
Nah, not. I mean, most of the time I spend sitting on my ass on the floor. Actually, I mean,
Okay.
there is the carrying of the tools, and there is the getting to the thing that you need to fix. But once I arrive at the part that's the actual work, I usually just sit down.
Mm,
So that part of the job, the actual doing of the job, again, sedentary mostly. There's some
got it.
standing up and there's some sitting down, but I wouldn't call it like a very physical activity, no. But
Got it.
and I also spend a lot of time in the car too. So all the driving in between
Yeah.
stops, I'm just
Yeah.
sitting,
Yeah.
not definitely not moving. Yeah.
Yeah, and that could be a lot too, right? Especially when you're driving for maybe hours sometimes
Mhm.
every single day.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I drive 25,000 miles a year.
Wow, wow.
Yeah. It's
But
a lot.
but you do like I remember you occasionally like were mentioned like when you have to like run up a certain flight of stairs, like when you first started, like you were like super winded with the toolbox to
Oh,
get to the
yeah,
top.
that's a good point. Yeah, that was another thing that I absolutely hated. One of the catalysts for me deciding to do this was um I would walk up like 15 stairs and be completely winded to the point of I couldn't have a conversation with somebody. Like I was so I'd be like, can't you hold on for 1 second? And they're like, what is wrong with you? Like you
Yeah,
can't you can you not breathe right now? Like Jesus Christ, man, get to the gym kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like that. And but now, I mean, I went to the third floor of this lady's apartment today for work, and I didn't feel like waiting for the elevator, so I just took the stairs, and
yeah.
it was you wouldn't even have known I had done it. I was fine. I was I just it was I would my breathing never changed. Like it wasn't it did not feel like I was exerting myself at all. When before I 9, 10 months ago, I would have had to lay down.
Mm,
You know what I mean?
yeah. Yeah, because you might have just felt so winded where it's just
Yeah.
like man, before
Yeah.
you do anything, like you have
Yeah.
to like, take a second to kind of
Yeah. And like
reset.
your
Yeah.
chest starts to burn and you get like, yeah, it's just everything. Like when you're that winded, it almost hurts. You know what
Hmm.
I mean? It doesn't feel good. It feels terrible. But yeah, more energy, more air. It's just definitely improved
Gotcha.
across the board.
Okay, so I guess so on that question, so how were you feeling like every day through your daily tasks? I know you touched on it earlier. You said like now like you're kind of like some days you're feeling like you're bursting with energy when it's like around
Hmm.
10 o'clock.
Yeah.
But, like when you had started, what would you kind of say like your energy was feeling like throughout the day?
It was always just kind of wishing I was back in bed, you know,
Oh man, yeah.
like not a lot, like really just barely enough energy to just get through the day. Because it was that was it. I mean, and when I would wake up in the morning, I could fall right back asleep I would want to go back to sleep. I could sleep for hours just because there was no energy. But now I wake up, and as soon as I'm like awake, like the energy turns on and I can't go back to sleep. Like I woke up the other day at 5 o'clock in the morning, just up. All right, now we're up. And I've been just getting up early. So I think that's gotta have something to do with it. And I'm going to
I
bed
would think
earlier.
so, yeah. I
And
would
the
think
and
so.
also yeah, and it is just, I don't know. You're right. The energy level, it's like they say when you watch the infomercials, get more energy, feel better. And
Yeah.
it's true.
Awesome, man. Well, really happy about that. So second question, how did you want your life to look when you had first started working with me? Like what made you want to cut the 100 plus pounds?
I wanted to be able to perform again in the band, and
Mhm.
I wanted to just look and feel healthy, because
Yeah,
those stairs those stairs I told you about where I couldn't have a conversation, I had carried my amplifier up those 2 flights of stairs to the studio that I rehearse at now, and I have been for the last year or so. And it was my second day there, and I carried my gear up to the top of the stairs, and my new band leader was trying to talk to me, and I couldn't talk back to him, and it was embarrassing.
yeah,
So, I mean, I wanted that to change because I knew that I would have to haul things up and down those stairs all the time if I was going to do this and be in this group. And I had to be in shape if I wanted to do it. So I wanted to be in physical condition enough to be able to perform and be able to do music again because I had not done it for a very long time before this. So this was all part of it. Like I needed to be in shape to be able to play, and to play music is to be happy, and to be happy is in shape. It's all very cyclical, and it all just feeds around into to itself. And now I'm just in this loop, and it's beautiful.
oh,
it's
you're spiraling
it's just
upwards, man. You're just
yeah, it's just
everything's helping the other thing. Yep.
yeah, it's just healthy music. So what did I want it to look like? I wanted it to look completely different than what it was looking, the complete and total opposite of the way I was living. I wanted to
What
be
is
in it.
and what does it look like now?
It's great. It's my life is full of music and love and energy, and I feel healthy, and I can't wait to get out and do things and go places and experience the world and people and meet new people and do new things, and not just be worried about whether or not I'm going to start sweating through my shirt because I have to walk up a flight of stairs.
Yeah,
I don't have to worry about any of that shit. I could
I know.
just exist in the world and just a normal person. You don't have to ask for a seatbelt extender on the airplane. That's going to be pretty cool. I'm going to, I get on a plane for going home for the holidays. It's going to be
Yeah.
the first time I'm just going to be able to sit down and like just buckle up. You know?
Wow.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, that's so interesting because I haven't been in that situation, so that's not even something that I'm like conscious of that as
Yeah,
you
it's
actually have
it's
to
it's
experience
those
it.
things where you live in a world that's not designed for you, where you go to the store and none of the clothes fit, or you sit down in the airplane seat and they're obviously not that concerned about your safety because the seatbelt doesn't fit. Like, damn it. And the first time that happened to me, I didn't know there wasn't a seatbelt extender. So I just went the entire flight without buckling my seatbelt. Yeah, which in the grand scheme of things, probably wouldn't have made a difference if the plane crashed, but that's kind of sad if you think about it. You know what I mean? And then the second time I got on the plane, the lady kind of saw me not being able to buckle my seatbelt. She handed it to me and like without me asking. And I was like, oh, of course this is a thing. This is
That is
America.
funny.
Of course there's fat people belts.
That's funny. Yeah, that's
Hmm.
funny.
Yeah.
Awesome, man. Okay. I'm really happy about that, man, because that's yeah, just like small things like that that I personally haven't really fully lived. So that's interesting. Like one example was the seatbelt extender. Another great one that you had mentioned was like sweating through your shirt. Or
Yeah.
I remember a lot through this process was a lot of the wins that we kind of were feeling were when you were able to like fit in different clothes again.
That was the best. Yeah, it was being able to shop at a store and like have things that fit, and not only have things that fit, but it wasn't like the biggest size that they carried was pretty exciting.
Yeah,
For sure. Yeah, it's kind of annoying now though because now I'm pulling out all my winter clothes and they're like 4X. So I was like, I need a sweater because it's chilly, and it's like, oh, that's right. God damn it. I'm like huge. I was just
yeah.
like, it's hilarious. Like these clothes, they look like clown clothes. Like
Wow.
they're so big. You probably would want pictures of that too, actually.
But what I was gonna say was, yeah, like you know, I remember you were told me like it was your work uniform, or the overalls, or something. It was like like after you had lost a certain amount of weight, is like it wasn't fit
Oh, I
anymore or
remember
something
what
like that.
happened. I was walking into a store and they've just felt looser and looser as I was losing the initial pounds. And I was kept having to adjust them up because they were so low now.
Mhm.
And I was just walking and just kind of not thinking about it, pull the adjuster up, and there was no adjustment left.
Mm.
And that made me, I stopped in my tracks because it was like, whoa, that was the first time I realized like you really are actually getting smaller because you just tried to like make your clothes smaller and they don't get any smaller. Like this is like that's when it was kind of real. I remember just standing there in the Walmart parking lot being like, holy crap, like it really doesn't, wow, like they're too big, kind of,
I
like these
know.
clothes are actually kind of too big right now, was
Which
it
is
was
cool because now it's like, now you have the small problem of like, hey, I have to buy new clothes, but thankfully
yeah.
you have to buy new clothes. You know what I mean? Like you
Yeah, I
get
know, right? It's a
at
well,
least
yeah,
the
another
ability to,
fantastic problem to have. Yeah, for sure.
you know.
Not complaining, just acknowledging.
Awesome, man. Okay, so awesome, Kizzy. So third question is, how do people who haven't seen you in a long time react to you after noticing how much weight you cut? Or people that you see on a day-to-day basis, how do they react? What kind of things do they say?
Um, well, it's not like a it's mostly just single reactions. Like the people that, it was pretty much probably once I had lost about, I don't know, maybe 90, 80, 90 pounds when
Mhm,
my face really started to change.
mhm.
That's when I was like I was making the rounds, and everybody that I came in contact with would say like, "Have you lost weight?" It was kind of like that thing where like you're positive that girl's not fat, she's definitely pregnant, so you can ask her about her baby. You know what I mean? Like one of those things. Like,
So it's like they were
okay,
it's like they've been noticing for a while, but they just didn't want to say anything until it
yeah, or
was
you don't want to
like,
like make
I
sure
got
like is he losing weight? Maybe is it my imagination? Because
on
because
drugs.
even like yeah, because like even like the first like 40 or 50 pounds, like I really didn't feel like I looked any different. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like I still kind of was like, man, I know I feel a little bit better and my clothes feel smaller, but like outwardly, like my face and it was still the same shape, just slightly in. But yeah, right around 80, 90 pounds, it was, the guy at the gas station said something,
I remember that.
I got the people, my bandmates finally, the,
What did they
I,
say? How did they say it again?
when I walked into practice, I thought I was in trouble
Mm.
because I walk in and I hear Kazia. Sorry, the mic popped. But she just like screamed, and I thought like I was like, what did I? My first reaction was like, what did I do? Like, I'm sorry. I almost like apologized, and she was like, you are looking thin, and I
Mm.
was like, really? And she's like, yes. Oh my god, and just kind of those reactions. There's only one person who hasn't said anything, and it's the lady that runs the office in my apartment building. I don't understand why, but she
That's
has
what,
never said anything. Yeah.
maybe she's not your biggest fan. Maybe
I
she's
don't know. I think we get along. I don't know. It's weird. I have a friend who has a theory on that, but I don't know. It's no point in getting into that.
and
But
what kind
yeah.
of things? What kind of things? Because I know throughout this process, like you've been really kind of sharing a lot of it with your mom. What kind of things has she been saying, and what's kind of her take been on it? Like your family, what's
Oh,
her take been on it?
she's over the moon about it for sure. She's couldn't be happier that her son's probably going to live past 55. You know what I mean? Because that's another thing too. You think about it, is like you don't see too many people like in their like elder years like who are really fat because they usually don't last that long. You know what I mean? So she's just thrilled that I'm happy and that I'm healthy and that everything's yeah. And she actually hasn't seen me yet in person. I'm going back for this Christmas in a couple of weeks actually, so for Christmas, and she's gonna see me
Um,
for the first time in person, which is
I would love to hear her in person reaction to how she's gonna see and feel you, because that's gonna be awesome to hear about that.
yeah. Oh yeah, I'll tell you all about it for sure. It's it's gonna be something. I can only imagine. You know, and we still as a mother and son who haven't seen each other in over a year and a half, and on top of that, I've lost 125 pounds. So it's she is. It's makes me very happy to know that she's proud of me for sure, for sure.
Respect, respect, man. And Awesome, Kazia. Next question is, what would you say has been the best part of the program? Like, why do you think our one-on-one program made it so easy for you to kind of lose all the weight?
It was because I need to be kept honest. I need a I I am nothing if not but coachable. But left to my own devices, it gets squirrely. I can be distracted and discouraged, and sometimes all I need is just a little nudge
Mhm,
back in the direction that I should be going when I start to stray.
mhm.
But if I don't get that little nudge, I'll just keep just off to now we just ate a whole pizza, you know,
Yeah.
kind of thing. So, yeah, I mean, I remember the first time like you got like kind of angry at me, and I was like, oh shit, this is for real. And but I needed it, and when you like scolded me, I'll never forget when you were like, so did you work out Saturday? And I was like, no. And you're like, did you work out? And I was like, yeah, like. But then when I told you I didn't work out for 2 days in a row, you like put your pen down and like we're like, give me one of those. And I was like, oh shit, like I'm
That's funny.
sorry. And then but that was exactly what I needed, because if you would have just let me get away with it, I would have done it again. So and also as soon as I have a question and I don't find an immediate answer, sometimes I will just, I don't know, I'll just kind of not care anymore about it, and it won't be important anymore because I didn't get the answer as fast as I needed to. So having somebody to bounce stuff off of, and when I'm confused, ask questions, or just to have somebody tell me what the hell to do. And I say, I don't know what to do. And you'd be like, you should do this. And I go, okay, well, at least I can just do that. And then I feel like I'm constantly having progress. Whereas I don't know, I could definitely get distracted and find myself sitting on the side of the road for longer than I would ever need to be, unless somebody tells me to just get back in the car and start driving, please. We have somewhere to be.
I think a really powerful way to also look at it, because I agree, is like being one-on-one with me, like with the coach, is
Mm-hmm.
it's like we're literally walking the whole path together. It's like
Yeah, you've been there the whole time. The first time you talked to me, I was this big giant fat guy on this couch.
it's
It
like
was
it's almost
crazy.
like it's almost like and in a respectful way, it's almost like holding hands like the whole way, all the
Yeah,
way there,
for
and
sure.
making sure that, you know, hopefully nothing, but as minimal kind of things can go wrong as possible, and
Yeah,
making sure that everything is stuck to the whole way, and not like how you said, allowing you to kind of fall into any vices or into any distraction. And if so, just like snapping and correcting and
yeah.
putting it back to center every single
Or
time.
or
And
even
having
the
that support constantly the whole time. I think
yeah.
that's why, that's a really powerful part of why I designed that program like that, because I don't want there to be multiple days that go by, and if there's something that's been going wrong and I don't know about it, that is affecting you every single day, and I wanna go ahead and just snap it immediately. I wanna just get
Yeah.
it. I don't wanna even wait. I don't wanna wait at all. I wanna get it that day, like, so, yeah, I absolutely agree.
Yeah, no, the one-on-one, that was absolutely key, man. And the other thing too, that how long did it get took you to hammer into my head that like the actual fluctuations of the weight or something I really should not be freaked out about.
Yeah,
Because all the weight loss, like the graph looks like this, a whole the way down. And
yeah,
sometimes like the weight would go up like 4 or 5 pounds. And like there'd be times when I know that because I felt it, where I would just be like, God, this is such a waste of time. Why am I even doing this? I'm just getting fatter again. And you'd be like, no, you're fine. You're fine. That's normal. And I remember even like after I'd lost 60 pounds, thinking like, there's no way I'm going to lose anymore. It's already like, this has got to be it. Like, we're already going back up every time. I would think that. And it took, I don't know, months before I started to just like, no, it's fine. It's gonna go up and down. That's how it works.
it's
You
like
know?
after a while, just of just observing like the pattern, it's like
Mhm.
you can kind of just relax into it, and you
Yeah.
can kind of just you start to be able
Yeah.
to go with the flow a little bit, and
Yeah.
you
But
start
I
to
also but I also
understand.
never would have recognized the pattern because I would have gave up. I know me. That's the point I'm making, is like every time I talk to you, you would have to hammer in that it's fine. And that was a big one because even uh probably 6 or 7 months before I came to Minnesota and got hooked up with you, I tried to lose some weight on my own through Penn Jillette's eating nothing but potatoes diet. Did I ever tell you this?
I think so. I think you might have mentioned
The
something.
much, yeah. So I tried that, and I actually managed to lose like 9 pounds
Mm,
doing this.
mm,
But what happened was I gained a few pounds, and I got discouraged, and then I went and ate a whole pizza.
mm.
So I needed, and then that was the end of it. And then I didn't, and that was literally it. But in this case, I had the one-on-ones to where you were like, no, it's fine. You can gain a couple of pounds, and
Yeah,
then eventually it's always moving down. So yeah, keep the train on the track, keep the boat going in the right direction.
exactly, exactly. And it's just about having a team and just
Yeah,
this is the team. You know
yeah,
what I mean? It's like
it
you're not,
is.
you're
I
not
like
doing
it.
anything alone because
Yes.
why would you do that when we can really just kind of do it together, make sure it's done all the way right the whole time as much as possible, and really actually just see it through. And you know, because if we've done it so many times, why would you have to do it alone? You know what I mean? So
Yeah, it
uh,
was nice. It was definitely nice to have someone in the corner for sure. To just to know that, like, if I have a question, or even if things seem like they're going bad, well, at least Jag will know what to do. So we'll just keep going. It'll be fine. You know what I
appreciate it,
mean?
man.
Yeah.
Thank you. So this next question is: how much better is your life for you now versus 120 or so pounds ago?
Immeasurably. There's no quantifiable way to even describe how much better it is. It's better in every imaginable possible way. Like the healthy, feel better, look better. Just that's really it, man. It's health, everything. Because if you don't have health, if you don't feel healthy in the world, you can't enjoy the world. So if you can't enjoy living, then how can you live?
Mm,
So, you know what I mean? Like, and I wasn't enjoying living because to exist in the world that didn't fit me, or was, it didn't have an escalator, it was pain. It was anxiety, it was embarrassment, it was shame, it was wishing I was somebody else. And now none of that. Exact opposite of that. Just loving life, getting out there and just experiencing it, and not having uh an unhealthy, unwieldy, ungraceful body to get in the way of just being happy. And yeah, it's indescribable. Money can't buy this feeling. The only way you'll know it is to do it. It doesn't matter how much billions of dollars you have. If you haven't weighed 300 pounds and lost 125 pounds, you'll never know what that's like, how awesome that is.
mhm.
You just have, it's incredible.
I think a great way that you touched on it earlier was you said that you're like bursting with energy now. I feel like
Yeah.
that's such a clear way to kind of understand. Like,
Yeah. It's
really
really is.
like throughout the whole day, it's just like you just have so much more energy. Put
Mm-hmm.
in perspective to how you were feeling when you were 300 pounds and you said you just wanted to lay in bed all the time. You
Yeah.
know
I
what I
didn't want to
mean?
move. That's all I wanted to do was just
Yeah.
sit. It's like when, how can I sit down faster? When can I not move anymore? Because it hurts to move. It's tiring to move. It's exhausting to move. And then you start to sweat. And if you have to climb up the stairs, you're out of breath. And then hopefully you don't have to talk to anybody, and they won't realize how out of breath you are. And it's just a disaster. It's just a big, giant, never ending disaster that is no fun.
Yeah.
And I wish I would have done it sooner, but I'm better late than never. And I'm
And and I'm sure it feels great when when you look in the mirror and you feel proud, not only because of how you look, like you enjoy a lot more of how you look, but also it's like you get to see your achievement and your accomplishments
yeah.
and your self-trust every time that you look in the mirror.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I do. I used to hate the mirror. Absolutely loathe the mirror. I would not even want. I couldn't look my own self in the eye usually.
Did you
It
like
was
taking pictures back then?
no, not at all. I did not like being in pictures. I like seeing pictures of myself. It was just a reminder of just how terrible I looked and how terrible I felt. And but now I don't mind. It's fine. I don't care. It's fun. It's like, it's weird. Even like, because I'm not used to seeing this person looking back at me. It's still a new thing yet. It's not it's not old hat yet. It's still fresh, 120-pound milestone was a couple of weeks ago. You know what I mean? We're just now reaching the end of this journey here. And I'm still getting used to the guy that stares back at me. And it's weird, but I love it because, this is what I should look like. This is what I should look like. That other guy was the weird guy, not this guy. This is the way we should look.
But what's an interesting thing to look at is that guy made this guy today.
That
So whether he's weird or not, you got to give him credit because he's the one that made this happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you really had, man, you made my brain just go whoop. I was like, yeah, you're technically right, but I still don't like that guy that much. He may have done that, but one good deed does not undo all the other crap. But but yeah, I definitely get what you're saying though. And I am that guy though. There's still the same. This guy was in that guy, but we had to get some shit out of the way so the real me could come back out, basically.
I think it's interesting. I think it's it's both of you. Like it's you on both sides. But and I just speak from experience because I feel like I felt similar in the past. But yeah, man. So awesome, Kazia. So next question, man. Would you recommend other tradesmen who have weight loss goals or are looking to, have more energy, feel better, and actually start seeing consistent progress? Would you recommend that they work with me?
Hell yeah, man, for sure. If you want to lose weight and feel better and you've no idea how to do it, or maybe if you think you do, you probably don't. If you think you do or you want to know, yeah, definitely, absolutely. I would absolutely recommend you. I mean,
living proof, right?
yeah. Yeah. I mean, even if I said even if I said this guy's an asshole, look, like it works.
Yeah.
It worked. It worked. Yes. Do what he says and it'll work.
Appreciate it, man. And touching on that kind of falls into the next question is, what do you think of me as much as you know me?
Oh, I think you're a good dude. I think you yeah, man, you're just a good guy. I consider you a friend now, Jag, for sure. And yeah, and the one thing that I think is really endearing about you is that I think you really, really genuinely like helping people. Like I get that vibe from you that you enjoy this. Like when I reach milestones and we have these calls, you look just as excited as I feel.
Really?
And yeah, for sure.
I love it. The updates that you send me every day when it's, you're making more and more progress. That makes me feel good every time.
I know, and I can, and I think that's what you want. I think that if you could, you would maybe do this for free, but we all have to earn a living. But you know what I'm saying? Like I think
have done it for free.
Well, there you go. I was right. Okay, there you go. I guess technically, if you, well, yeah, I guess, yeah, we could.
But I mean, it's like, even if I don't get anything out of it,
yeah,
and I could genuinely say I literally just get satisfaction.
Yeah,
seeing someone's life get so much better because I know how it feels to go through like a huge transformation. So I know that, and I don't even have to guess, but I literally just ask on the calls, like, how are you feeling? How's everything moving? And you telling me consistently just how much things are getting better and better and better, that makes me feel good, knowing that, I'm at least helping him do that, so.
Yeah, for sure, man. And it helps. It also, knowing that you care, you actually care. I didn't want to disappoint you. Remember the time when I was having like off weeks and I was like, I don't want to lie. I couldn't lie to you. I tried to lie to you and I couldn't. And I told you I can't lie to you. I don't want to lie. It's because I knew you really cared. So I want to make sure, I hold up my end of the bargain. You know what I mean? You're holding up your end, so I should do my end. And that's again back to that one-on-one thing where if you're all alone in this, it's easy to get distracted and lose focus. But when you have a buddy or somebody to rely on or talk to or ask questions to, even just little, like I said, sometimes all you need is a little nudge in the right direction to keep you on track. But if you never get it, you find yourself, somewhere where you didn't expect.